Okay.
I've been dreaming about a priest that died, then rose again. What do you think that means? I see him walking Aora. Nothing but bones, lit by the flames of his soul.
As you turn to Takahu, a shadow passes over your vision. You feel a tug from somewhere deep within his soul. A faint ripple creases the air between you like a forest of ethereal kelp. Surrender to the sensation. Takahu's soul is vibrant and energetic, almost too lively to occupy its mortal shell. There is a bright thread of energy that trails away from him. You instinctively follow it. You stand in a grand hall, underwater and cloaked in oppressive shadows. Pillars of coral and bone reach up to support a ceiling that must be hundreds of fathoms away. Chandeliers lit with bioluminescent globes dangle from long ropes, swaying in languid tentacular motions. At the farthest end of the hall sits Andra, as tall as a castle keep, and leaning forward on her throne. She has adopted the head of an anglerfish and regards you with its globular stare. Her sickle-shaped jaw opens and closes in a rictus of conflicted emotions.
A life without friction or challenge has left the boy in need of guidance.
The voice of Andra pounds at your mind with relentless force.
He thinks himself frail, but my heart beats in his chest. He is stronger than either of you could know.
She claps her hands, and the vision shatters, flooding the hall with a deluge of awareness as you return to your senses. Regarding you with the warm smile, Takahu at first seems oblivious to her momentary detachment, then his brow furrows with concern.
Captain, what say? You look a little blue about the gills.
Andra just reached out to me.
Ngati spoke to you.
Skeptical, Takahu cradles his chin and considers.
To leave her son guessing. This is my tricksome mother through and through.
Say nothing.
You must be special indeed for Ngati to speak with words. For her people, she lays out cryptic stepping stones hidden in omens. Akira, but send her my fondest wishes.
Let us be off. Alright. So... what did we lose? We lost Streetwise. Your Arcana Diplomacy. Your Insight Mechanics. Religion, Alchemy, Athletics, Survival. So, Insight. Need Insight. And something else. Insight and Sleight of Hand, I guess. Or Stealth. Go Stealth. Okay. Okay. So you're a Water Shaper. Lose access to fire and creature druid spells. And select Water Shaper spells at new power levels. Frost and Water spells cast this way are foe only. Woohoo! No friendly fire? We might have to make this guy a blaster of some sorts. What is this? Spirit Shift Shark. Assume that form. The Shark Spirit Shift has immunity to dexterity afflictions once per encounter. 15 seconds? That's some hot garbage. Okay, okay. Sunbeam. I don't have access to fire. Or this one. That is not a heal, and I thought that would be a heal. We'll take that, I guess. Gonna make you DPS. I decided on stealth, insight. You got blizzard of decay, wood skin. Oh, there's a heal, and I get to choose 2 abilities. We'll choose that. We're going to choose the Lesser Blight. Alright, Stealth, Insight. I don't even know what to choose now. Let's see. Guess we'll grab that. I'd really like this, but life is hard. Yeah. Stick with that. We're gonna give you a hunting bow proficiency here. Right, stealth, insight. Right, you got chill fog. Turning storm. Purges the target of any toxic presence in its body, granting immunity. That sounds law. Enemies in the area have their skin, blah, blah, blah. The more wounded the target, the greater the damage. Gonna take that one. Random single area periodically. We'll grab that one. The spells are not as exciting as I was hoping. I think this will be helpful for him since he's basically just a spellcaster. What are your stats? Your intellect. Your might is pretty low. Health, insight. Now you get boiling spray. We get 2 points. Moonwell. Right, so that's healing water one. Overwhelming wave. Get briars. Hailstorm. We can get a regular blight. We got here. Oh, we might have to grab this Yeah. We'll grab that. I think we're gonna grab the wave. All right.
I'll take care of this. I'm here, indeed.
So where do I want to go now? Let me see. J. Mage Vault. Where's the one quest? Here we go. Peddler's Canal. Where's Peddler's Canal? Probably here. Oh no, right there. Alright, let's go. Gonna try out the new party member. Oh. Does he have the bow equipped? He does not. All the stuff I missed. Alright. They always screw up my formations, but they didn't do it this time. I'm shocked. Alright, quick save. That, diagnose.
Where is my seal? Postinago, did you take it again?
Grabs Degnos by the arm and shakes him. He winces and ducks his head, making no move to escape her grip.
You will feel the bite of the cat's tail if you have lost it, boy.
Have you ever known abuse to engender loyalty, Temarina? Go with foe.
Who would dare speak to me thus?
Looks you over once, furrows her brow, then rounds on Degnos, poking him in the chest with her index finger.
Is this Nazanali a friend of yours, Degnos?
An acquaintance only, Casita. From the luminous bathhouse.
Carefully avoids your eyes and shrugs self-consciously.
First you waste my servant's time, and now you have the gall to waste mine as well.
She stares at you, hawk-eyed, down her long nose, and raises a brow, likely expecting you to quaver before her. Forget it.
A cozy Fentre. You have found the satchel?
Ah, you have some explaining to do.
It is not as you must think. Complanca, hear me out.
His gaze slides off your face as if he is not able to meet your eyes. A light sweat dampens his brow and he worries the hem of his tunic. What would Avetta make of your treachery? Perhaps we should find out.
If you will not support me, I understand. Your contempt is justified.
He hangs his head, and his shoulders sag listless as a ship in irons.
But I beg you, please do not tell Aveta.
4. We've ran into this situation before.
Deliveries should be made to my bosun, Fernal.
Don't do what you can't suffer the consequences for if you get caught.
I have neither the time nor inclination to engage with you further. Corres!
Leave the feeling is mutual.
Deliveries should be made to my bosun. I have neither...
It is not as you must think. Complanca.
I'm trying to let you know, Aveta.
Deliveries should be made to... I have neither...
All right. I'm gonna reload right now because, you know, I want to do this, but they ain't letting me do this. Doesn't make any sense why I can't report it to her after I talk to her. It's not cool, man. We're gonna go through this one more time. At least let me give me the option still, because I stopped talking to her the first time. I want to watch this kid get bodied.
Ecosi, Fentre. It is not as you must think. If you will not but I beg you, please do not tell Aveta.
Where is my seal? You will feel the bite of the cat's tail if you have lost it, boy.
Let's go with this one. Good help is really hard to find.
A delivery boy with a smart mouth. What a surprise.
Insult me again, I dare you.
If you are not a servant.
Returns her attention to Degnos with arms crossed, frowning. Yeah, that's right. Step back.
Is this Nazenali a friend of yours, Degnos?
An acquaintance only, Casita. From the luminous bathhouse.
First you waste my servant's time, and now you have the gall to waste mine as well.
Found some rather strange items in your servant's satchel.
It is impolite to go through others' things. Your manners are atrocious. Were you raised in a barn?
I'm guessing this is, if you actually were raised in a barn. At least the donkeys were better company. No, yeah, at least the donkeys were better company.
I do not doubt you found their conversation quite engaging.
She wrinkles her nose, preoccupied with the question of your pedigree. She absentmindedly picks through the satchel you gave her.
That is not, Casita, please do not.
He reaches for the letter in Aveta's hands, but it is not bold enough to take it from her.
Que?
He opens the letter and begins to read. With a strangled cry, Degnos stumbles back and takes off running full pelt down the docks.
It is a pity you let him escape.
She rubs her temple, eyes closed, does not speak for a moment. She exhales in a gust.
He will be found. I will make it so.
She makes expansive chopping gestures as she speaks, emphasizing her point.
I did not think he had the stones. And now I will never know the extent of his sabotage. Trade routes, partners, cargo. Anyone may know them now. Merla!
Runs a hand through her hair and grimaces.
But you have saved my life. Agrasima, for your trouble.
Digs through around her pouch.
Your intervention has given me much work to do. Leave me to my tasks. Of course.
Shoos you away with a flapping hand. You're a jerk. I should have just let you die.
Of course.
Wait, was I actually supposed to chase him or something? Jay... I guess that was the quest? I think it... Okay, I did get experience for it. I'm sure Homeboy Slice will find me again. And when he does, I will be ready.
You return. Can I be of service?
No. Let's go this way. There we go. We got more experience there. The east X. Oh, there's Degnos. There's Degnos.
Helia, grant me wings. Helia, grant me wings.
With that gullet. We gotta find Homeboy Slice and we gotta take him down. Hopefully he's not gonna, you know, catch me by surprise. You leave the bustle of the crowds behind, making your way along the winding path into the gullet. For a time, the path ascends the mountain. Even so, the cramped walls and rundown Huana buildings close in around you, obscuring your view. You come to a dark passage cutting through the mountain, just wide enough to accommodate a wagon. The path here descends steadily into the rock face. After a lengthy journey through the dimly lit tunnel, you come to the gates of the gullet. The stench hits you first, a foul mixture of rot, stale air, and bodily odors. You notice a guardsman pushing a cart heaped high with moldering food, which must account for some of the smell. Ahead, the homes of the gullet emerge as a collection of lights amid the darkness. You hear the rush of water below, and a frigid breeze wafts up from the unseen depths like an exhalation.
This is the gullet? I had not realized.
Kahu glances around, wearing a distasteful expression. He raises his arm to cover his nose and mouth. Was calling it the gullet not enough of a clue for you?
Stop, I say. This is no time for japes. The Mataru are supposed to take care of those below. This does not resemble care to me. Let us go on.
He gestures ahead, but his hand shakes until he brings it down and clutches it with the other. Kahu turns his gaze to the ground beneath his feet. Let us be off.
Traveler, have you any food? Surely you've a scrap to spare.
Nope.
The Queen calls these rations. Does she expect the Raparu to subsist on garbage?
Times are hard, I suppose.
You would not think it from the elevated districts of the city, would you?
Kahu swallows and diverts his gaze away from the pile. The darn street urchins, if you steal any of my coin, you gonna die. Chop off the hand and then I'm gonna kill you. For some reason these are not.
That Dawnstar may be able to help. What say?
Help how? Poison me? Akira, no thanks.
Inside here. You enter a dim alleyway that reeks of urine and torch smoke. A long passage stretches to your left and right. Shadows move in the guttering torchlight, but they're nothing more than shapes at this distance. The chatter and bustle of the gullet continues behind you. Go left. This tunnel ends, but another branches off. The only sounds are the crackling of torches and the steady drip of water. Go right. Come to a door. It's as solid as the stone around it, with no handle, no knob. It's deathly quiet on the other side. You rap gently on the door, and the sound echoes as if it's a wide, empty space. Turn around. Go left. Go forward. You trudge along the darkened passage and reach an intersection. The tunnel branches off to the right. You hear a distant murmur of voices down the darkened path, but see no one. Go right. Tunnel branches to the left. The floor of the entrance is spattered with something thick and dark as tar. Looks like Sveth. Go left. A handful of guards emerge and block your way, crossing their thick arms over their chests. One of them spits a viscous black glob at your feet. He rolls a dark plug between his teeth. Better head back, friend. It's invitation only past here. Turn around. Go right. Go right. On your left is an abandoned merchant stall displaying cheap jewelry. The path continues on. Inspect the merchant stall. Let's see. Watcher only check. Laid out are various trinkets made of junk, necklaces strung with fish bones, and shoe buckles, and bracelets made with shards of broken glass. Apparently the stuff isn't even worth stealing. On your left is an abandoned... go forward. Tunnel opens to your right. Rats squeak and skitter away as you approach. Way forward before you corkscrews into darkness. Go right. Stone floor is littered with fish bones and bread crusts and stamped with footprints in all shapes and sizes. Voice echoes down the passage ahead of you. Go forward. The passage opens into a large cavern. Below you, ramshackle buildings crowd together like broken teeth. A maze of streets wind between them, some barely wide enough for you to pass abreast. And yet throngs of people fill the narrow streets and tiny plazas, their voice rising with the smoke of hundreds of torches. Explore the neighborhood. You pick your way down the worn, uneven stairs and descend into the hubbub below. Huana men, women, and children surround you, all laughing, haggling, and quarreling over one another. You notice a few foreign faces, Valians, Adarians, and even a few Rauautians slipping through the crowd. A heady mixture of frying fish, unwashed bodies, and accumulated refuse permeates the air. You take it all in, moving through the masses without incidents. Continue. Come across a corner where a pair of thugs, a man and a woman, have surrounded a Huana man. He has a pot belly and a nervous expression, and he's backed himself as far into the corner as he can. The thugs advance. It's an exchange. You pay us, and we don't hurt you. So we got bluff. Let's see. This is intelligence. Let's go this one. This isn't worth it. How much are you really going to take off a few poor Raparu? The thugs consider your words and nod. He's right. Let's take to the surface. Plenty of money floating around the bathhouse. The Huana man thanks you and nervously scurries off. Find yourself in the middle of a shop-lined street, packed shoulder to shoulder with people around you. You can barely move. As a passerby brushes against you, you feel a hand reach for your purse, but you're faster. You snatch a narrow wrist and pull the would-be thief toward you. A partial success. Well, I got the sleight of hand, but I failed the streetwise. Before you was a Juana child. Her eyes are wide with terror. Teach the child a better technique. Steal the child's money. You snatch the coin purse from the child's hip. She makes a grab for it, but you push her away. She slinks away, giving you a final rueful glare. Yeah, you should have thought about that. Child disappears among the crowd. Continue exploring. You pass a busy stall where a man serves merc brew in chipped shells. A rich, nutty aroma rises on the plumes of steam. You hear a gasp of surprise behind you and see a small group of people huddled together, chattering. Listen in. An elderly man shakes his head. Any with eyes can see they do not build ports for our sake, yet the queen allowed their fort in the city. Woman next to him clucks. Ikira, the palace is so high, even her head is in the clouds. Another man shrugs. At least the Ratuians. Rao-Atayans. I don't know. The Rao-Atayans will drive the other foreigners away. They make too much trouble for the other tribes. When they flee, then they flee and crowd us here. The others murmur in agreement. How do you say this word? Rao-Atayans? Maybe we'll go with that. Before you can hear more, the teeming masses sweep you further down the street. Continue. You come across a Roparo man and a woman sitting on a rooftop, watching the activity below. They're passing a pipe back and forth, talking quietly. He gnaws at the end of the pipe nervously. My neighbor disappeared near the Undercroft weeks ago. She shrugs. Always smugglers and pirates lurking there. Some of them turn to slaving. He nods, taking a puff. That's for what I stay away from Delver's Row. Plenty of bad sorts there. She holds her hand out for the pipe. Ikira, but they are the only sorts who pay. They lapse into silence, smoking peacefully. Continue exploring. Past a busy stall where a man serves merc brew and chip shells. Nothing of relevance catches your attention at this time. Take it all in, moving through, explore. You thought more about the offer. Who scrapes the pattern of grit, sticking luminous dust for the Principe man. Better than pushing Rawatai cannons, I say. He blows a long stream of smoke through his nose. My cousin went to muscle for him. Says he pays well and pays fast. He picks dirt from under her nails. Best work in the gullet. As long as Mataru and their trader friends don't notice. They lapse into silence. So you found half a silver fin in the heap yesterday, still with the head. He shakes his head. Emery's winds blow sweet for you. No winds down here, blah, blah, blah. Let's return to the Narrows. Alright, go forward. Go right. Make your way forward, feeling the walls guide yourself in darkness. Your hands come away slimy. You smell something foul further down the tunnel. The stench of loosed bowels. The metallic tang of blood. At the end of the tunnel, you find a body slumped against the wall. Stab wounds rend the corpse's clothes and flesh. Its arms and knees twist at an unnatural angles. Wonder if that's the room with the guards. Why am I getting wander only checks? Find a small note stuffed in the dead man's pockets. Read the note. Log, there's a new shipment for your Paru friends waiting near the lift in the Delvers Row. Come get the food before the cave stink rots it. Okay. At the end of the tunnel, you find a body, blah, blah, blah. Around. Go forward. Forward. Turn left. Left. Ah, here we go. I'm attacking. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Whoa, whoa, where's my paws? Jesus, this is a lot of dudes. Alright, let's cast some of your fantastical spells here.
Me and you are about to mix.
Right, where are you? Move you back. Oh, you don't have. Okay. That's why you weren't doing anything. I'm gonna lesser blight. You are paralyzed, it looks like.
Hey.
Oh, we got the dudes off. That's nice. Okay, we just need to deal with these guys. This is a fighter. Alright, let's reposition our dudes here.
Gotta be more careful. Nothing to know.
Okay, I need you to back on up. Don't you do this? Got any spells left? Go ahead and cast that.
Stuck in a doldrums.
Many whelps. Did you lose your spell cast? You just stopped casting it.
Onward. Mother.
You last for 30 seconds.
I'll be a rare trick from feeding the fishes.
No one knows that, right?
Worse than rough.
You are about to die. Go ahead and get this heal out on you. Oh, who? Okay. They got a healer. Everybody kill the healer. There's like, oh, we mind controlled the cutthroat.
careful.
Yes, Captain.
Moe, Ixie, oh!
Gotta be more careful.
It will be so.
Okay, let's move you into range. Go ahead and cast this. Like so. Oh, you moved out of the way, man. Oh, cancel.
No one knows, right?
Need more whelps. Got the charm.
I feel.
Get body. Invitation only? I just invited myself. Fucker. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Right, that's the way we came. Where do you go? You wipe the blood off your hands and continue on. At the end of the passage is a stately door crafted of polished mahogany. Through the small slit in the door, you catch flashes of fire-cast shadows and bright textiles. The scent of sandalwood and cinnamon oil come to you on a warm draft. Whatever's beyond the door is likely far more elegant than anything else you've ever seen near the gullet. Enter the hideout. I'm ready. I'm ready, Freddy.
Gelarde.
Dario the Lean. A man claps enthusiastically, a fierce grin on his sharp featured face. The guards around him hold their weapons close, clearly less amused than their boss.
I normally despise unannounced visits, but then they are rarely so entertaining.
He looks into the tunnel where his guards lie dead.
Tell me, what brings you here in such spectacular fashion? And please, do not bore me now.
Are you threatening me? Did you just see what I did to all those people? Oh, I have a major negative. Your guard should have stayed out of my way.
Such spirit. You do not disappoint, amico.
Ariel leans back, sizing you up. As he shifts his weight, you glimpse metal and leather rising above his boot, the bottom of a leg brace.
A moment. You are the watcher of the Deerwood, no? Let us put our weapons away, so we can speak like civilized folk.
Fine, but I'm keeping an eye on you.
I would expect no less.
He nods to the guards around him, who sheath their weapons but remain alert.
I am thinking we could be grand friends, you and I. You cannot have too many friends in Nekataka.
Dario bares his perfect, even teeth in his smile.
I'll be real honest, Watcher. I don't think this guy's gonna be a very kind friend to us.
And I need only a favor. An insignificant thing for a watcher like you. There is an artifact called the Cornet of Waves, which is currently in the possession of a Juana named Takano. I would like you to liberate it for me.
He flutters his slender hands in a way that resembles a bird taking flight. Why do you need a watcher?
Watchers see what many cannot. Takano is a man of many vanities, as your special gifts will no doubt reveal. His villa is on the eastern edge of Serpent's Crown, just downwind of the palace.
He pauses, tenting his fingers.
The opportunist I first hired was too bold and found herself ejected from the district. With your genteel manners and unique talents, I am hoping you can avoid such complications and persuade Takano. After all, it would be best to avoid drawing the ire of our Mataru hosts. When you have the cornet, bring it to me. I will pay you well for it, and you will find my favor useful in this part of the city.
What is the Cornet of Waves?
It is an old Huana artifact, a musical instrument of sorts.
One hand plays with the elaborate decoration at his sleeve.
Ages ago, it was part of a pair, but its companion, the Cornet of Depths, was lost when the old city sank. Both are said to carry the voice of Andra herself.
Look no further, silly man. I speak with Ngati's tongue.
And are you willing to sit upon my shelf for my entertainment?
His eyes crawl over to Kahu, and he smirks. Then he returns his attention to you.
I do not believe in these superstitions, of course.
He frowns. You don't mean valuable in the monetary sense. Or you don't mean that one. He coughs into his hand to hide his fluster.
I have told you all you need to know of the cornet. Now, I suggest you focus your sharp mind on retrieving it.
I need to ask about another matter.
What do you require?
Ariel leans towards you, his leg brace squeaking. Principally seem divided. Which side are you on?
Why must we speak of sides? Like squabbling merchants from the republics.
He makes a face as if he just smelled something awful.
Once, there were no sides. Only Principi, a people united by common interest and culture. But as our fame has grown, so have our numbers. Many of these new bloods have no sense of restraint and little regard for our heritage.
Long fingers stray to his shining suolent.
He ain't blowing ballast, Cap. Don't mean there's a course to be charted back to the golden days, though.
Listen, or with a sigh, Surfing shrugs. I'll continue listening.
But we need them still. The new bloods are Principi too now, and many are inventive in ways the old guard is not.
More resourceful killers then. Do not talk around this.
I talk around nothing, my cuddled friend. You either take my meaning, or you do not.
Ariel turns back to you. What happened to your legs?
A storm, a rash decision, and an accident at sea. One that took my sailing days, but not my skill with a needle.
Smiles cryptically.
Life in the Deadfire is unpredictable. Sometimes it takes you in its jaws only to spit you out onto some new shore.
Farewell. Tempting to try and kill this guy. Very, very tempting. He's got loot for days. Kind of surprised I didn't just outright murder him to begin with. Come on. Go to the gullet. I'm actually kind of surprised, you know, I just killed like 8 of his soldiers, and he's like, let's do business. Like, okay.
And they say the pittings aren't
I guess I understand if you don't want to get murdered by me.
Or just to us. At this rate, who'll be left to suffer the Mataru's ire?
What do we got going on here? Yeehaw. Okay. Sure, there's just nothing in there. I will say that Takahu kind of proved his worth in that fight.
Please, I did nothing.
You see a man being dragged along a rickety boardwalk toward a rusty cage that swings over the abyss. He strains against the guard's grip. The guard delivers a savage backhand.
Enough! Or do you wish to consign her to the old city as well?
The warrior casts a meaningful glance at a woman standing a short distance away.
Let him go!
She screams at the guards, but she doesn't dare approach. The man notices her. His face lights up with shame.
Beer, I'm sorry.
Your tongue flops like a dying fish. I tire of its stink. Lower him down!
Guards drag the Reparo into a metal cage and lock him inside. He shouts and rattles at the bars as it is lowered over the edge of the platform. Eventually, his screams are lost to the depths.
May Tangaloa devour your souls, you cold-blooded eels.
I didn't even get to stop it.
What crime could he have committed to deserve such a fate?
A guard folds his arms, watching the activity on the walkway through slitted eyes. A coral piercing juts from his lower lip. He notices you with a sharp nod. Where does this lift go?
To the old city, Ikira. A god's cursed ruin filled with walking corpses and abominations of the deep.
How can you consign your fellow woman or man to this fate?
We punish only those who cause trouble.
He speaks forcefully, but stops himself when he gets a look at Takahu.
Begging your pardon for my tones, sir.
He nods.
The gullet is no place to wander. Watch yourself for rowdies and pirates.
When was the man sent below?
Botaro? He associated with foreign criminals.
He spits. The glob of saliva is just one more splotch on the weathered and molted boards.
I cannot be certain about Biha, so I let her go. But I will be watching her.
And this is punishable by death, or worse?
Kahu's voice wavers.
That it is.
He nods with no small measure of pride.
These wicked sorts overrun the gullet and corrupt the Reparu. Our justice must be swift and firm.
I want access to the lift to the old city.
Are you mad or merely lost? That place is a punishment for the lowest sort.
He waves a hand towards the exit.
Go and explore someplace with pleasant views and fresh air. The harbor, or Periki's Overlook.
Nekataga has a rich history, and some of it lies buried. I must see it for myself. He shakes his head.
It's your neck, Ikira.
He whistles, and the guard standing by the lift looks over him and nods.
We will leave the lift down there for half a day. That should be enough time to come back to your senses. After that, you are on your own. The guard will let you pass, though I urge you to reconsider.
I will do no such thing. Would have stolen all your stuff, but
Was taking Bataro not enough for you?
want to talk to. Woman thrashes a row of tunics and sarongs hanging from the rafters. Her pointed teeth are gritted in frustration, her lips set in a snarl. Clothes are spotless, yet she swings a handful of reeds again and again, grunting with each blow.
Bataro is gone. Dead. What more do you want?
She punctuates each statement with a fierce whack of the reeds. The children flinch, looking between you and the woman. Take a deep breath and let's talk about this, whatever it is, calmly. She looks at you for the first time. A fraction of her anger burns off.
Forgive me. I thought you were with the guards who took him. Other casts never visit here.
She looks pointedly at Takahu.
Do the gods pay a visit to mock my misfortune? Or is sacred stair overcrowded?
Ah, forgive the intrusion. We were just leaving. That is, giving you space to grieve.
So many crowd into the gullet and you worry about space.
She laughs bitterly.
My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away?
How do you know the man that was lowered into the city? One of the children starts to say something, but Bia shoots him a sharp glare. He turns back to you, arms crossed, gripping the reed bundle tightly.
Bataro is punished already, I say. Whatever offense he gave, do not hang it on our necks.
She begins swatting at the laundry again, though with considerably less gusto. I know you're scared, but I'm not here to harm you.
We say the only thing that live in these depths are ghost eels. And fish eaten by ghost eels. Which are you?
Turns away from you, striking the sarong harder and harder. Takahu flinches at each blow, fascinated even as he shrinks back in discomfort.
The traders say they bring riches in their big ships.
The fabric pops and snaps beneath her fury. Sweat is flying, spattering the clean sarong.
But what reaches the gullet? Only crime and sickness, I say.
She pauses to take another couple of swings at the sarong. I'll listen.
The Rawatayans promise marvels, strong walls, and plenty for all.
Moves on to the next tunic, thrashing it with an even greater fury.
Akira, still my back aches from building their fort, and still I live here. And Bataro said we would finally leave.
She breaks off, her shoulders heaving as she catches her breath. We'll wait.
Outsiders cover our islands with walls and gates. Many Huana come to Nekataka, but even here, the outsiders crowd us. In the villages, the chieftains know even the Roparu. Here, even neighbors are strangers. That is Deadfire now.
She shakes her head angrily.
I only want to be free of this place. That is how the trouble started. I heard a Rawatayan captain took up at the tavern. Suduzo, they call her. They say she is a traitor, so I thought maybe she will take passengers. Bataro went and found her in the tavern.
Her eyes go hard and dark.
Next I see him, the guards are dragging him to the cage.
She bares her teeth at the memory. Can you take a different ship? She shakes her head.
Many ships leave from Queen's Birth, but the Valiants take slaves.
She lowers her voice and glances furtively around.
They say the Principe smuggled goods in the caverns below, but I cannot trust such people. But the Rawatayans have mighty cannons, and a big homeland they abandoned for ours. Perhaps there is more room for us there.
Maybe I can talk to Suduzo. She looks at you with the same critical eye she's been giving her laundry, wringing and tugging the reeds.
Everyone knows the Rawatayans are made of brass. They listen only to their commanders. But still, maybe it goes different for you.
She looks around, taking in the hanging clothes, the huddled children, and the warped and splintered walls of the shack around them.
Bataro took some coin. Everything he scraped together working on the docks, when he went to bargain with the captain. I would offer it to you, but it is probably in the old city with Bataro. Or in someone else's pocket.
Tell me about the captain.
Seduzo.
Biha is holding the reeds so tightly that she snaps one in two.
They say she is a traitor, so I thought maybe she will take path, but she threw Bataro out. Always Bataro was careful with his words, just like you. But a Raparu in Nekataka gives offense just by breathing the air of his betters.
I could look for Bataro.
I could never ask someone to go down to the old city, but since you offer...
Trails off, working the reeds between her hands while hope and dread battle in her eyes.
It is a big and dangerous place. But perhaps he hid himself. Perhaps...
She steadies herself with a shake of her head.
Please, help him if you can. Or bring me news if you cannot.
How many of you need passage to Rawatai?
We are 6. 3 children, 2 babes, and me.
I see.
My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away?
Farewell. I don't know. I do not know at all. Oh, I got a lot of places.
What is Aethys, the god of light? Does he hold the sun in the sky?
Yeah, actually. The sun wakes for Aethys, dead or alive. You got a problem with that?
Akera, he steals the light from others.
You want a bloody nose, fish face. Keep talking.
The hole. You know, I should just create a custom enchanter. Ogre pirate. Quick save.
Ain't exactly an hole in the wall, is it? On, well, account of it being an hole in the floor.
About the boss?
Never mind.
With my own ears. Dario said there's treasures in that pit.
An Orlin covered toe to ear. An Orlin covered toe to ear tip in sable fur. Okay, toe to ear tip in sable fur leans against the bar, counting change. It gives you a wide, easy smile.
Hey, need something?
What the heck? Okay. I like
What you
the
need?
You got any sailors looking for work?
Sure, I know a few folks who need coin.
All right, that's enough. Okay, a lot of people here. Yeah, so I could buy a level 6 adventure. And then just respec them. Or just spec them to be
Shh! Have you
something.
lost your wits?
Shopless Imp. You got a Zarp on your crew? I got a Zarp on my crew too. I guess I can't talk to him. Alright, what's up, Seduzo? This Rawatian sits ramrod straight. On the table near her are a half-empty liquor bottle and a small porcelain cup. Both smell of anise. She looks like she's trying to blend in, but her unnatural stillness and her bright, spotless attire make her stand out like a reef fish against the rocks. Her eyes find yours.
Harami!
I am here, Seduzo Nui.
Do we expect any foreign merchants today?
Seduzo keeps her eyes on you even as she speaks to the soldier. There's only a brief pause.
We do not, Seduzo Nui.
The captain shifts uncomfortably.
Then state your business quickly. I want to avoid another surprise.
She glances around quickly as if she expects someone to jump out of another corner of the tavern. You cross paths with a man named Bataro.
The one who threatened me. I shall not soon forget him.
She raises her cup for another sip, scowling into the liquor.
These Huana learn too many pretty words from the Valians. You cannot trust what they say.
We had pretty words before the first ship landed on Rauatai.
Kahu purses his lips and balls his hands at his side.
Yes, but did you speak them with such deceitful intent?
Flustered, she turns away from Takahu. If you do business here, perhaps you should learn the culture.
In a few years, these people will all learn our ways and pay homage to the Ranga Nui.
Her brow furrows.
But you asked about... what was his name? Bataro? This fellow wanted passage on my ship. As if I were the village ferryman.
She tosses back the rest of her drink a little too quickly.
I told him there was none to be had. Certainly not at his price.
She upends her empty cup. Then what? She refills her cup and then sets the bottle down hard.
He told me he had coin. Lots of it. I did not believe him. How could a man who lives in a garbage heap have enough money for passage?
She shakes her head.
Then he shows me a swallonet.
A swallonet?
A marked coin. A token of allegiance. The Principi carry them. I knew then that I was dealing with a pirate. I had heard they were influential in the Gullet, but I did not realize how much so.
She scowls and shudders.
I called for the guards, and they dragged him away. That is the last I saw of him.
Bihan, the children still need passage out of the city.
There's nothing I can do. The passenger quarters have been reserved by a dwarf named Orin.
She picks a stray thread from her smooth, crisp jacket.
Why do you bring this to me?
Tell me about Orin.
He and his people are gold-packed knights. Orin is... particular.
She looks at her crew and they nod in agreement.
Perhaps that is good. He just finished a contract to guard the Valian Luminous Mill. I hear animancers are also particular. He's upstairs. Just do not interrupt him if he's arranging things.
She and her crew exchange another quick glance.
What is your business with me?
Farewell. Fifth rack. What the heck is that? Hasty mind snacks. Okay. Let you do what you gotta do, bruh. Do what you gotta do. Wondering where that sound was coming from. I'll take that. Gold Pack Rogue. Orin. Hold on. Let's well, it would be better if we positioned ourselves in here like this. A dwarf sits before a generous and curious spread, steamed mussels arranged in concentric circles, rounds of flatbread stacked in a neat tower, and melons sliced in even triangles. Yet his attention is focused on the 4 cups and the bottle in front of him. He has the cups organized in an almost perfect square around the bottle, but as you look on, he leans down to adjust one. The others with him wait quietly and observe the ritual. I'm gonna wait. Holding his breath, he takes the bottle and measures an equal serving of wine into the cups, making 3 or 4 passes over each. His companions look on with practiced patience.
Don't see why you'd spend all that time arranging your food if you aren't making it look like a funny face.
Look, man, you're interrupting the ritual, man. You can't be talking like that and breaking his concentration. Have some respect, Eder, okay? At last, the bottle is empty, and he places it in the exact center of the square. He picks it up and puts it down in the same spot twice, more before he's satisfied.
Cheers.
They all take their cups and drink deeply. At last, the leader turns to you.
What do you require?
I could lie. I hear you about passage on Captain Suduzo's ship.
Indeed. The good captain has 4 adequate berths, all equally sized, all facing the same direction, and she's promised to leave promptly. A most agreeable arrangement.
He sips his wine. What would it take for you to cede your spots on Suduzo's ship?
Out of the question. We're due in Tekoa for another contract, and the client has already paid the advance.
He sips from his cup and immediately runs a folded handkerchief around the rim.
And we have already paid Suduzo. I couldn't possibly take back the same coins I have already spent.
He shivers with dread. I'll make you an offer for your berths on Suduzo's ship.
A gold-packed knight is bound by his contract, and ours binds us to make all possible haste to Tekoa.
He squirms and sets his cup down in the exact middle of the water stain, lining the base up with the edges.
Booking passage on another ship on such short notice would be most expensive.
Have pity, I'm helping a woman and her children seek a better life.
Look around. The Deadfire is filled with misery, to say nothing of the gullet.
He turns the cup so that the crack along the side faces away from him.
Folks like you ain't helping. Have a heart. Or is it already dead in your chest?
The sneer, Jody rattles her lantern, rising in it as if she could suck the soul out from his still living body.
I have oaths to keep. Perhaps that means little to you, but I am bound by them.
He turns from Jyoti to you.
What better life do you imagine for them in Rauatai? They will only trade one misery for another. Besides, I have a contract to fulfill.
I can pay you to book passage on another ship? He looks up from fidgeting with his cup long enough to give you a doubtful frown.
All ships leaving for Rauatai are laden with luminous Adra and other rare goods. Mercenaries, even of our skill, do not rate so highly.
That's a lot. I'm pretty poor right now. I would like to kill this guy. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. I like this guy though. He is my kind of guy. Decision. I'll think about it. He shrugs, rotating his cup again. Never mind. What brought you to the Deadfire?
We had a contract with the Valian Trading Company to defend one of their most valuable properties.
He glows with pride.
If you're looking for work, I hardly recommend them. They pay well, and they pay on time.
He raises his cup, and his companions do likewise. Seraphin leans nearer you, grinning.
Consistency in the shipping lanes. Good for types mercantile, but better for types piratical.
Did you say something?
Just admiring your spread, my lad. Nothing better after a meal than a ripe pair of melons.
Let's try the lie. I think I'm gonna restart right here, but I'll try the lie.
Damn, if that thing burns while we're still here.
He rises and hurries out of the room.
I'm afraid not.
Okay. The lie actually worked. What is this world coming to?
Gather round. A final toast before we depart. Gather round. A final toast before we depart.
What is your business with me?
Beyond the children still need to pass it out to you.
Nothing I can do. Why do you bring this to me?
Citizen Nui. They have little here. Think of how they could benefit from the Rautian culture.
That must be the first time I've ever heard civil speech in the gullet.
He nods at your use of respectful suffix. The Kahu folds his arm and watches carefully. What the heck is that? Anti-Huana.
Very well. I could take 3 more in the hold, and no more. Orin and his crew have reserved the berths.
The children are small, surely could take more.
I will already have to abandon crates of cargo to make room for these 3, plus the food and water they require.
Very well.
Send them to me. The sooner we leave, the better.
She shifts in her chair, looking around the tavern as if she expects someone to jump out at... Oh, I already read that. 4. Alright. I guess they're just gonna have to decide who's going to head on out. I did what I could. I ain't gonna spend money. It was 1,000 bones. I only got 2,400 bones. Ain't got time for all that. The man saunters over to you with a jagged smile. He's got a long, crooked scar on his forearm, and he's rolled his sleeve up to flaunt it.
You must be new. Lucky for you, we have a special rate for newcomers. A bag of coppers in exchange for your life.
He brandishes a knife. One of his companions grins widely enough to show you all of his missing teeth. How convenient. You just walked into my trap.
What?
Oh, I don't have the bluff. Obviously this spot is perfect for an ambush. It's got few exits, distance from the guards, and plenty of drunk marks. The thugs whisper worriedly among one another. After a brief conference, the leader gives you a wan smile.
Here's everything. Take it.
He throws a handful of coin at your feet and takes off running. The others soon follow. They hurry off and disappear into the crowd. That is so amazing! Oh my gosh! I wanted to fight him though. That was amazing. I didn't get experience for that. I wanted it to be my trap with me killing them. But I guess, you know, we can't win them all or something. Life is hard. Alright, Biha.
My village was not like this. Why does Queen Onikaza not send the foreigners away?
I spoke with Captain Suduzo about the passage out of Nekataka.
What say, then?
Now listens with cautious hope. The children look on with wide round eyes. Suduzo only has room for only 3 of you.
3? All this and you say some must stay behind?
She lowers her voice and the children lean closer, trying to hear. Neo's fingers absently shred one of the reeds. This must be your decision.
I need a moment. I must consider it.
But she can't meet the children's eyes. She's made her choice.
Why is it some wins still feel like losses? Maybe the temple can take the rest in.
Jody shakes her head, forcing a smile hollowed with sadness. They bounced. I could have done better with that quest, but you know, I don't really care about that quest, so you know, I mean, you know, if I cared about that quest, I would have cared about doing better with that quest. We're losing FPS here, pretty bad. Inoi. We're almost at 3 hours here. An elderly Reparo man squints in your direction before blinking profusely. He hobbles closer, bare feet slapping the splintered floorboards of his abode.
What say you, boy?
He peers steadily into your face, blinking faster all the while. The man's arms are thick as sticks. What teeth he has are yellowed or black from the years of malnourishment. Can you see me? How do you know who I am?
I see much and many things. I simply do not look with these eyes in the same manner that others do. I have heard much as well. People speak of your kindness, Watcher who chases Aethus. I also hear the Reparu's heartbeat, grown thready and pained. Now a Watcher comes to the gullet, as Amira has shown me you would.
At least piety can thrive in this dark and unforgiving burrow.
That sea-swept voice. One of Andra's own comes to visit me at last.
Place is a bit like an open wound. Wouldn't hurt to clean it up. He grimaces, baring jagged gray cast teeth.
The Reparu are being crushed from the top. We starve so slowly, it is an agony.
Starving? Are the gods so occupied that they cannot see inside the mountain?
No one deserves to suffer. Not like this.
The old man shrugs.
This is the Huana way. The fish of our nets are drawn for the tribe. The fruit of our fields, too, is reaped for the tribe. And the coin of our pockets belongs not to one, but to all. All spoils are gifted to the whole of the tribe. The tribe then partakes from the top down, from the most deserving to the least.
While the Reparo, the least deserving, the last to partake of the tribe's spoils.
The Mataru risk their lives to protect the tribe. The Kuaru provided skilled goods and services. The tribe takes care of the Reparu more than we contribute to the tribe. Or it did, before our numbers swelled too large. The Dawn Stars would feed us, but the guards forbid them to pervert the order of sharing. There was a man who helped us. A soft-hearted pirate named Ulug. He worked with the Principe captain. Mad Morena, they call her. To bring us food from the black market. But for days now, we've had nothing.
What happened?
Ulug was never late with his shipments. Always very conscientious. A good boy. For him to disappear for several days without word, he must be dead. The Queen refuses to increase our share of the prize share. Without Ulug's shipments, we will surely starve. I am asking you, what else can we do?
The Dawn Stars sought to help you before we can use them.
That is a fine idea. When it comes to mission work, my brethren are always happy to help.
Some of the less crazy ones, hopefully.
Cants his gaze to the side, eyes wandering.
Peatly is a child of the Dawn Stars, and has become the Gullet's most cherished healer. I believe she would willingly hear your request for charity.
With a stiff bow, the Elder Reparo begs his leave. Can't
So
steer
you're
stuff.
saying you're literally a...
Literally cutting off your conversation. So much more to do. Alright, we're almost at 3 out.
I get the feeling you don't like me much. Was it something I said? I think it was something I said.
No, it's not. You're not doing anything wrong, exactly.
Really? I mean, you tell me if you had a problem, right? If I'd bothered you this whole time?
It's nothing personal. I just don't think we need to be talking, is all.
Oh. Well, thanks for clearing that up.
Savage. My goodness. Alright, well, I'm actually going to go ahead and end it here for now. More than likely today. I need to do a variety of things, you know, like grown-up stuff, like washing clothes and all this other junk. But I might be back later on. Who knows? I don't know. I certainly don't. But thanks for watching. Appreciate it. At the very least, I'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. PST. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm toying with the idea of streaming this game at 6 o'clock and something else before then. But I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll probably just default to this, but who knows. Anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow. Or possibly later today, but maybe not, but maybe. Peace.